Ashley, aka Into Yo-Yo Superstar. You are watching the basics of Yoyo Series. Today we're gonna learn how to properly throw a yo-yo. Easy peasy, let's go. Today I'm gonna use the Rebrand by Rain City Skills. A lot of people want to play with a brand new yo-yo, but they'll just drop it and kind of let it hang there and then just kind of tug at it lightly. And that can work, but for most yo-yos, you're gonna have the yo-yo die on you. Here are a few tips to make your throw a little better. At a very basic level, you're gonna wanna know how to hold the yo-yo in your hand. So this is what it looks like when I already have the yo-yo in my hand ready to throw. So I've got it tied around my middle finger on the middle knuckle. That's where I put mine. And then I have the string coming over the top of the yo-yo. So when I say that, I mean that it's wrapping around like this, and then it's just kind of overlapping my hand like that. So this is how I have the string set up. A lot of people will flip it over and have the string at the bottom. That's not going to give you as much control, so make sure the string is coming over the top. Then I have it curled up all the way. I have my fingers wrapped around it and I'm ready to go. It's just kind of a loose grip. It doesn't have to be really tight or anything. This is how I hold it. Now we want to put some power behind our throws so that we throw the yo-yo down nice and hard. So if you just kind of let it fall off, the yo-yo may spin a little crookedly, it won't have a lot of power, and it will die pretty quickly. It'll also be pretty hard to tug back up because the spin is dying. So you're going to want to throw the yo-yo pretty hard, and you won't want to throw it so hard that you hit something in front of you or that the yo-yo springs back up if you've got a brain yo-yo or anything like that. But you're going to want to give some force behind it, do a nice throw, and when you do so, you're going to roll the yo-yo out of your hand. So the throw looks like this, okay? And I have the yo-yo spinning at the bottom here, that's called a sleeper, and then you'll tug it back up. So don't think of it as like Spider-Man, like throwing it out. You're really going to throw it down towards the ground. Now a lot of people will have some issues with the tugging part. It could be the yo-yo you're using, but first let's break down the mechanics. So in this video we're going to focus on the gravity pull, which brings the yo-yo back up, versus the sleeper, which is when the yo-yo hangs out by the ground. So if you throw out the yo-yo and let your hands stay up, your yo-yo will probably sleep, but also once you tug back up, it's just going to hit you in the back of your hand, and that's no good. So when you throw down the yo-yo, you can turn over your hand and pull it up. At full speed, it looks like this. So you can see I'm catching the yo-yo with my palm facing down. The other question people have is when to pull it up. So you'll hear it when I throw down the yo-yo. Okay, so that faint bearing sound when it hits the bottom is when you pull it up. So right there. So it's right as your yo-yo is hitting the end of the string that you want to pull it up. Now you might not have a modern ball bearing yo-yo, you might have something like this or a dollar store yo-yo with a fixed axle, meaning there's no bearing around it, it's just spinning around one little axle in the middle. Now these are the classic style of yo-yo, but they're a little harder to throw. You're gonna have to pay attention to your timing a little bit more, and sometimes you may need to throw or tug a little harder. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I'm gonna start with my wooden fixed axle yo-yo. I've got it strung up the same way, holding the same way, and throw. See how there's that little delay between when I throw and when it hits the ground? It just takes a little longer, and then that softer pull up, just because it's not using the modern ball bearing. Now, using something with a more modern bearing in it, you'll see the difference. So before you give up and say, oh my gosh, I cannot throw a yo-yo, I suck at this, just remember that it might depend on the yo-yo that you have. Now both of these yo-yos in the video today are responsive yo-yos. That means they just come back up when you tug them. There's also yo-yos called unresponsive yo-yos using unresponsive bearings versus the responsive ball bearing that's in this yo-yo. We'll go over how to bind, return to the hand, unresponsive yo-yos in another video. But now you have some quick tips on how to make your throw better. To review, you'll have your string tied around your middle finger and your middle knuckle. It doesn't really matter which knuckle, but I prefer the middle. Then it will come over the yo-yo like this and lay in your hand. The string will not come underneath. And then you'll hold it softly, make a muscle, throw it down, flip your hand over and tug like this. Hopefully that helps you beginners with how to properly throw a responsive yo-yo and will start you on your yo-yo journey. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and always be respectful. I'll also leave a link so you can pick up one of these. My name's Ashley, aka AT Yoyo Superstar, and now you know how to throw a responsive yo-yo. Goodbye.